Okay, so have you ever stopped to think about like how shoes are actually made? I mean, we wear them every day, but
It's not something you think about much, is it?
no.
Yeah.
But those fancy sneakers or like handmade Italian loafers, there's a whole process behind them.
A surprisingly intricate one, too.
Yeah.
The journey from raw materials to the finished product.
It's got to be way more than just like here's some leather, thread, and some buckles, go wild.
Yes.
So that's what we're going to dig into today, this whole world of shoemaking. And we've got some cool insights from RoleCatcher,
Yeah.
the career resource
Oh,
platform.
yeah, they've got those in-depth guides.
Yeah, they break down different careers, the skills you need, the whole 9 yards.
And what's interesting about shoemaking is it's one of those fields that's changing so much.
Really, I just picture like cobblers and those old-timey workshops.
Well, get ready for some myth busting because modern shoemaking, it's this blend of traditional craftsmanship and high tech. You might have a shoemaker sketching designs by hand 1 minute.
Like the old school way?
Exactly. And then the next, boom, they're using 3D modeling software.
No way. That's wild. It's like this whole other world we don't see where people are obsessing over every detail of a shoe. Kind of reminds me of those RoleCatcher career guides, actually.
How so?
They go super deep on all the different skills people need for specific roles.
Yeah.
And just like knowing how to use a hammer and nails won't make you a master carpenter.
You need specialized knowledge,
Exactly. You need that deep understanding of like the materials, the techniques.
the artistry of it all.
Right. So no more picturing Geppetto's workshop when we talk about shoemaking. This is serious business. But okay, let's get back to the basics. What does a day in the life of a shoemaker even look like these days?
Well, it depends. It can be incredibly different depending on if they're in, say, a big factory or a small workshop. Picture a factory, it's all about efficiency, high volume.
Gotcha.
Teams of shoemakers, each person with their own specialized task.
Like an assembly line.
Sort of. You've got cutting leather, stitching, lasting, all these different stages, and machines are doing a lot of the heavy lifting.
I bet it's loud in there.
It can be. Now imagine the opposite, a small independent workshop. It's way more hands-on, a lot quieter.
More like what you'd picture traditionally.
Right. You might find a single shoemaker, hand-stitching leather, meticulously shaping it around a last that's the mold for the shoe.
Oh, okay. So you've got these two extremes, mass production versus super personalized. But I'm guessing no matter what, attention to detail is key.
Oh, absolutely. That's crucial for any aspiring shoemaker. Patience, precision, a real passion for the craft.
And probably a good pair of steady hands, I'd imagine. But okay, let's get real. Every job has its downsides. What are some of the challenges someone might face in this field?
Yeah, good point. Well, one of the big ones, honestly, is the pay.
Oh, right. Not exactly known for being lucrative, is it?
Especially when you're just starting out. You're often building your reputation, your client base, and that takes time.
It's like any kind of art, I guess. You got to pay your dues before you can,
Command the big bucks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And speaking of paying your dues, isn't shoemaking pretty hard on the body?
Yeah, it can be physically demanding. Standing all day, using hand tools, the repetitive motions.
Okay, so not a desk job then.
Definitely not. And you got to be okay with adapting, staying ahead of the curve, fashion changes constantly.
True. What's hot 1 minute is like totally out of style the next. And that's where technology comes in, right?
Yeah.
You talked about 3D modeling.
Yeah, that's changing the game. Think about designing a shoe. All those curves, the seams, traditionally that would be done by hand.
Super intricate.
Exactly. But 3D modeling, it makes the whole process way more efficient. You can create the design digitally, make adjustments on the fly.
Like sculpting, but with like pixels instead of leather or whatever.
Exactly. And it's incredibly precise. You've got programs like Shoemaster, iCAD 3D, plus even software like Autodesk Maya, which is used in filmmaking.
No way. So the same tech they use for like animated movies.
Yep. And the best part is, once you have that digital design, you can send it straight to an automated cutting system.
Hold on. Automated cutting, like robots are making the shoes.
Kinda. It's becoming more common, especially in big factories. They use lasers or like high-pressure water jets to cut the materials super accurately.
Wow, that's insane. But what about the handmade stuff? Is there still a place for that in this like high-tech shoe world?
Absolutely. In fact, this technology has actually led to a resurgence in handcrafted footwear.
Really? That's surprising. Why do you think that is?
People want something unique, something with soul, in a world of mass production.
We crave that human touch.
Exactly. Bespoke shoes, handmade to your exact measurements, they're like pieces of art.
It's about the story, the craftsmanship. You're not just buying a shoe, you're buying into like the maker's vision. That's cool.
And that's where those traditional skills, they really shine. Knowing how to work with leather, hand stitching, shaping the shoe on a last, that's an art form.
It's kind of funny when you think about it. Shoemaking, it's like ancient, right?
Yeah. Thousands of years old.
But at the same time, it feels more relevant than ever. It's like this perfect mix of old school techniques and like cutting edge tech.
And that desire for something unique, well-made, that never goes away.
Totally. People want quality, something with a story behind it. I mean, think about those RoleCatcher skills guides. They're all about craftsmanship, continuous learning.
Those are timeless no matter what you do.
Exactly. Okay, so let's say someone listening is like, shoemaking, that's so cool, I want to try that. Where do they even begin?
Well, there are a few different paths. The traditional one is an apprenticeship.
Oh, right, like the old school way, learning from a master shoemaker.
Exactly. You're right there in the workshop, learning by doing.
Makes sense, especially with something so hands-on.
But you can also find more formal programs now, like some art schools, technical colleges. They have degrees or certificates in shoemaking, footwear design.
Whoa, a shoemaking degree. Didn't know those existed.
Yeah. And of course, you can't forget about online courses, workshops.
That's true. The internet's got everything these days.
Right, from the basics to really advanced leatherworking techniques. So way more accessible these days, even if you just want to try it as a hobby.
I love that. It's never too late to learn something new. So cool. Man, this has been fascinating. I feel like we've barely scratched the surface of, like, the shoemaking world.
There's so much more to explore.
Seriously.
Yeah.
But hey, next time you're putting on your shoes, take a second to appreciate them. All the work that went into making them, from the design to the materials, the stitching.
And whether it's a high-tech factory or a small workshop.
It's someone's skill, their passion, right there on your feet. Pretty amazing. And if anyone listening wants to dive deeper into different careers, remember, RoleCatcher's got your back.
Tons of resources to help you figure out your next move.
Couldn't agree more. So whether you're into the history of shoemaking, the tech side, the artistry, whatever, it's a world full of surprises. And on that note, I'm going to go find a good cobbler. My boots are looking a little worse for wear.